We are joined by 8-man expert Devin Albertson. Devin, it's great to have you.
Yeah, it's back in the studio. It's kind of nice to see you guys here in person. So
it feels weird though, a little bit.
A little bit. I like it here though.
You should go sit in the car at a gas station.
Maybe we'll try that. So Devin, you were at LeBlanc today. There's a lot of tough matchups that we obviously have to get to, but since you were there at that one, could you just talk about what you saw that?
Well, early on, LeBlanc jumped out to a 22-8 lead. Landon Gardner had a couple rushing touchdowns and a big passing touchdown. He was just playing Superman that first quarter kind of deal and playing really well. Correll was doing a great job as well for him. So LeBlanc came out early, but the Archie's, their D-line just wore down LeBlanc over 3.5 quarters there, and Briar McIntyre's a really good player for Archie. I had him for almost 300 yards rushing tonight there for Archie. So he's a very good player. Archie's a very good team. They're up in that same echelon with North Andrew, North County, and Albany, and all those teams up here. They're a very good football team, and LeBlanc just kind of ran into a really good team tonight.
And I think for a lot of people in 8-man football, up in this area, we don't see Archie a lot, right? We don't see the teams like Archie and Drexel and all of them. We don't see them very often. What does this kind of show the northern teams about a team like Archie? Because LeBlanc jumped out, like you said, early on them, put up 28 points against a really good team, but the McIntyre kid, really good athlete too. Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, it was 48-6 after that 22-6 lead there, 22-8 lead there for LeBlanc. So very impressive. And I think just the line play for Archie might show out the most. It's been the biggest difference between the North and the South last couple of years, the line play. But Brock Smith and company for Archie, they showed out and played really well. I don't know if Archie had positive rushing yards tonight because that defense was so good for Archie on that. So I was really impressed with the Archie defense. LeBlanc, they battled through. They had a couple of nice passing plays. They just couldn't keep consistently asking Landon Gardner to keep making superhero plays. It's just tough to do over 4 quarters.
And, you know, we've seen, like Chris said, Albany the last 2 weeks have been very tough games. Platte Valley, we obviously know they're a top-ranked team and a top team, but that one coming down to the wire. And, I mean, Albany, 2 weeks in a row now, close wins. Platte Valley trying to stay up there. What do you think about those two?
Yeah, Albany, I mean, they just keep doing what they do. They just grind out wins there for them. And I do feel bad for Platte Valley. Carter Luke did go out in the first half with an injury, the ankle injury. Hope he's okay going forward for him. But Platte Valley still built a 2-score lead in that second half without him. And then Albany just called their way back in. I know Platte Valley got the ball down near the goal line with like 20 seconds left and got stopped at the 4-yard line. So Platte Valley was just a hair away from winning this game and getting a big road win against Albany. So Albany's in good shape right now. They got 2 huge District 4 wins over Worth County and Platte Valley the last 2 weeks. They still got to play North Andrew and King City later this year. But I'm really excited to see what Albany does the rest of the year because they're a really good football team. And Platte Valley, they're no slouches either. You saw here tonight. They're a really complete team besides just Carter Luke there up front for them.
Let's keep it with the Albany thing here because, you know, the last couple of years, Albany's been the team that's ran into the Worth counties, the Stanberries, North Andrews. I think we talked about it quite a bit. Yeah. But this team deserves kind of the praise and attention they're getting at this point. They're 5-0. They've been a team that's been so close the last couple of years. Is this the year where you see a guy like Kemper Klein, one of the best quarterbacks in the state, just kind of, I mean, we're seeing them take that next step, but is this the year where Albany's putting everybody on notice?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Like 2 years ago, they had 3 or 4 losses that year by less than a touchdown. They're winning those games this year. I think a lot of that's just maturity. A lot of those guys were sophomores then, still learning how to win versus tough games versus top teams in 8-man football. So I'm impressed to see what Albany does the rest of the year. And Coach Fountain out there is one of the better coaches in 8-man football. I know his record is still below 500 for his career, but the way he coaches does not reflect his record there. He's a very good coach. Even when they had down talent, everyone's like, Albany is so tough to play. So now that he has a lot of really good talent, Kemper Klein and maturing and all the guys there, they're a really dangerous team because of how well coached they are as well.
Yeah, we just have under a minute with you, Devin, and you know, Chuck Davis may have told you to have us bring it down. Does the plant look healthy to you? Is it thriving?
I hope so. It looks good to me. I don't have a green thumb, but it looks like you're doing a good job with it, Mitchell. I told Chuck I was gonna be in the studio, so he's like, the plant better be there. So I had to make sure that the plant was here for Chuck for you. So it looks good, Chuck. It looks like it's thriving here at KQ2.
I think we just call it the 8-man plant. Doesn't make any sense at all, but that's when we
it works. We'll take it.
We'll rock with it.
All right, Devin, thanks for coming on in studio. Next week, we'll see where you're at. We'll put Mitchell in a car, though. You can just sit in the parking lot and do this. That'd be fun.
No worries.
Thanks, Devin.
Thanks, guys.